Hey, it's channel updates time as to what's going on here. So, make sure you guys smash that and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So, you're probably like, where's the playtesting video? Well, we actually had to scrap one, and the next round of stuff doesn't begin until tomorrow. So, I was like, you know what, let's sit down and talk about state of premium and see how things are kind of going right now. Some of my thoughts. As far as you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of standard format. You guys know I'm also not a huge fan of V format. That's why everything you see on this channel is always premium. It's the format that, you know, we've enjoyed the complexity of it and so forth. So that should answer the question, well, Robbie, where's the standard content? Come on, give it to us, please. No, nobody in my friend group or our little playtesting group wants to sit down and play standard. I'm sorry, you have plenty of other channels for that. You come here for the crazy antics of premium and watching one of us get pissed off at an over trigger being flipped. That's just the level of punishment that you tend to see on this channel. It's fantastic, actually. So where are we planning on going from here? Well, I can already tell you we've got a good chunk of October already filmed. I'm actually waiting to kind of see where things go for premium. Now, for those of you that don't know, I mean, every set is premium support. Hey, let's call it what it is at this point in time. Every once in a while, you get a banger like the Genesis pile that just got a huge line of support with the early Striders. Thank you, Fenrir, for coming back. You got the support card to suck things in, pull something out of Soul. You can get an extra attack or two. It's kind of cheesy, all right? If you haven't looked at some of the deck profiles, I recommend it. Same thing with the Griffogia Turbo stuff, you know. Riviere, the Neo Nectar unit, No Life King. There are all sorts of ways to cheese out Griffogia out here, and you can have a lot of cool, fun interactions with them. But when people look at premium, there are two camps, all right? There's the super competitive Unga Bunga, I'm going to steamroll the best deck in the room, and then there's the more casual side of things. Now, you do get the chance to kind of see the level up on this channel if you start watching a session or two from us when we do get the chance to sit down and play test. You'll notice a couple things. Typically, either we'll just come out of the floodgates because somebody wants to play Chaos or Gridora. Those are typically the most hated things in the room, typically for us. And then, you know, we'll kind of just steamroll through there. I don't mind playing against everything. I'm probably the most calm player of the squad, as you have typically seen with these videos. I understand playing many hours at a time and getting flustered, but certain times it's a real ride out here. The anger, the thrill of the game. It's what people they come to appreciate, I guess, on this channel is good old genuine rage, and it does happen. I've seen it plenty of times. It's even better when it ramps up, but I mean, it does prove that people genuinely do care about the card game, or they're just sick of getting sacked. But that's a story for another day. So, what are my personal thoughts on the status of premium right now? You know, we've been through a couple of events right now. I actually just played in a BCS. One of the biggest things that I guess I'll mention here is the price of Harmonix Messiah is dumb. I feel bad for people. Same thing with the Planetary little grade 1. I just want to point out here that no matter how bad those price points look, I wouldn't be surprised to see either next year we see a participation pack that you get a Messiah in it, or they drop the Lady Searcher as a full art into the entry promo pack. They pay attention to these things. They know what cards and what's going on with the market. I just unfortunately think at the point in time that they released this, they did good with the draw-in for the product this time around. I think going forward, though, they've noted what they need to do for the impact of that. So I assume we'll definitely see another round of Harmonix good stuff in the future. Just unfortunately, we've got to bear with it for the current point in time. All right, Bushi's definitely taking notes of the crazy price points that's going on with this. Now, and for the game itself, premium minus the Narukami, Baby Rage, you know, gotta go fast, the Gridora complainers out here. I think most people can agree that, like, you don't have to outright ban Gridora. Put it to 1 if you're really wanting to do something. Much like Stunverse, it's an application that should be done once per game. It's the onslaught effect of the multi-spinning of this that kind of creates the issue. And Gridora should have been one a very long time ago. There's no justification for them having kept this around for as long as they have. All right, now, as for, Chaos and the other control decks, I think Chaos is fine. I don't think Zinc needs to come back, but, most of that stuff feels a little bit more check and balanced. The good decks still kind of remain that way. Now, heading on into future support here, we are 2 months away from the final top 5 checkers. November and December, that's it. I'm very curious, and I really am very curious here, to see what they have planned for next year for the promos. Because that support line, they either need to give specific promos, like they are not as generic, but they can go back to doing these specific promos, but they all need to be good. If you're handing out these shit promos that hardly impact premium, we're better off just scrapping them at this point in time. Same thing with V. The support has to be good, and it has to affect things. This whole year of generic support cards that were incredibly good with the top 5 checkers was good. Now, we need to kind of follow this up with, probably support for the specific named things, but you can't have it be literal terrible. And I have a feeling that Bushi's design team, hopefully, they'll take notes of that and understand what good support looks like, because that big guy that we got for Tachikaze, long before this stuff, that they were like, oh, this is good support. And everybody's like, no, this is horrible. Like, this isn't good. Jumbo the Elephant was okay. The Canaris clone redo for V was pretty okay. I appreciate that now that we have Gurgowit. But they need to do something in terms of power scaling and so using the promo slots to actually be promos. All right. The generic aspect of things has been good for each clan. It's definitely gotten people to want to play more shop tournaments so they can get them, that's for sure. But you have to keep up either with that level of support, keeping players going to events, or something else. And that's going to be kind of hard to replicate. But who knows? I could have another round of staples ready. Now, what about premium clan collection, things like that? As of filming this, we don't have an announcement for anything coming down the pipeline, minus the 2 Stride deck sets, which are Luard and Shiranui. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but those aren't going to hardly affect premium at all. Maybe like one good card will come out of them, because that's typically what ends up happening. And, sometimes the crest, I guess, can be a little bit cute. But we'll have to wait and see. And I wholeheartedly mean this. Don't expect a huge warp on those products. So I'm expecting next year by Daibangasai, we'll get some sort of announcement for a style of product power-up. Hopefully a little bit sooner than what they did for this year. But I think that they have something planned. We just need to be a little bit more patient. That's me being very optimistic at this point in time. They should keep up the trend of errating old cards. I like that a lot, especially a lot of the old ones. They just need to not do a 350 card set with the most asinine pull rates of anything in the entire universe. That was a ball flop on Bushiroad's half. I think their logic was, let's just go ahead and toss as many cards as we can into the set, and, we'll cash in on that reprint equity. Everybody will say that, we didn't reprint them, but we actually did. Work on that. All right, 150 card set, I think, would have been way more doable. If I buy a case, I should be getting, a majority of play sets on the commons. Shouldn't be struggling out here to find 4 ofs in an entire case that some of these stores are pushing for $1,000. All right, so that's something really major in itself. They need to work on that. Final real thoughts, though. Premium, we need some more changes. It's never going to be truly a god tier format as it is, but I can tell you that things feel a little bit more satisfying as of late. And there will always be something to complain about. That's always just how the format's going to be. Especially with a company that doesn't hardly understand how to handle their own R&D when it comes to an expansive format like Premium. And they'll take a look at probably the next round of results from BCS, make some decisions. Hi, Melissa, how are you? I don't know what they're going to do about that. Maybe they're just going to leave it sit in a corner. I don't know. But at this point in time, you can't tell me that the company is not fully aware of the more troublesome applications that are actually happening. But we'll have to wait and see. It's always a waiting game, it seems. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in the day, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCOL40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.